Hello, Christina. So I see we've got these first essays for you. Well done. Very happy to see you writing and working so hard in order to prepare for IELTS. Let's get straight into this correction and see what you had to say. The first one is in doing an enjoyable activity with a child. Okay, it is undeniable that nowadays children have more opportunities to spend their leisure time comfortable and efficiently. Most of them choose reading instead of other activities. I believe that being a successful adult in the future does, okay, not to require lots of books in childhood, not childhood. It's very important to develop other skills such as solidarity, friendship, competence, which are not demonstrated in any book, but you need some sort of word of contrast here, but these skills can be learned in other ways. Okay, fine. Okay. Firstly, the modern technology, not the, get rid of the. Firstly, modern technology has created video games and computers, consoles, and smartphones, which can improve physical and mental abilities of young users. This is because games increase visual attention, sense of competence, self-esteem, and children learn how to be more efficient in changing tasks, as well as, let's fix this, promoting values such as solidarity and friendship. For example, the researchers from Harvard suggest, double G here, that playing video games can change the brain regions responsible for attention and visuospatial skills and make them more efficient. Therefore, although reading is important, the advantages of playing video games are definitely more. Okay, very nice. Very good job. Secondly, aside from the physical benefits of sport, the emotional, psychological, and social benefits are just as high. This is due to the fact that sport helps youth to develop confidence. It teaches about teamwork and cooperation with others, giving them the opportunity to maintain discipline and learn emotional control. Lovely. For instance, according double C to True Sport Report, children who participate in sports have shown improved academic achievement, fewer behavioral problems, and healthy psychological adjustment. Therefore, what do you have to say about this? Therefore what? What's the takeaway from this? So in conclusion, give me a wrap-up sentence about this, okay? So to conclude from the examples and arguments given, I firmly agree that despite the fact that reading makes children smarter, they need more qualities to increase their potential. All right, this is lovely, especially for your first task, Christina. It's a very good job. Yeah, there's some little things in terms of your spelling and things like that, but on the whole, it's a very lovely essay. Okay, so you should feel very good about it. Let's take a look now at your second essay. Okay, and then we go to your second essay. Communication is less between family members of late. Now, I saw in your email you asked about this expression. What of late means is just lately. Okay, so communication is less between family members lately. That's all that means. All right, let's see what you did with this one. It is certainly true that appearance of technology, the appearance here, in modern society has brought many advantages. I believe that the main impact was, you don't do impact, you make impact. So I believe that the main impact was made in the field of communication, maintaining strong relations between family members. Okay. Firstly, these days, it is much easier to keep in touch and share information from any part of the world. This is because of the internet, social networks, email, mobile phones, which are very comfortable to use, are faster and cheap. For example, a media and society research in USA, show that 9 out of 10 families use the internet and mobile phones to communicate with their relatives every day. Therefore, technology is not just helping families build relationships, it is helping to maintain them as well. That's very nice. Good. Okay, then secondly, despite the busy schedule that involves work and extracurricular activities, parents and children can easily check in with each other throughout the day. This is due to the fact that each family member has a mobile phone, and parents, S, have peace of mind, knowing where their offspring, no S here, not really crazy about the word offspring. Generally, we use it to talk about the babies of animals. So I know that a lot of people like to use it as a synonym for children, but it's not really the best synonym to use, okay? So parents have peace of mind knowing where their children are at all times or all the time, and that they can reach them quickly in the event of an emergency. Fine. For instance, a recent study made in Australia showed that 95% of parents buy a mobile phone for their children to keep in touch during the day. Consequently, today's gadgets and equipment are essential for all users, being a very rapid way to communicate. Lovely. Good. Okay, yes. To conclude from the examples and arguments given, I disagree that communication is less between family members. Although there are a multitude of difficulties which technology creates, it plays a big role in keeping in touch with loved ones. All right, this was really very nice, especially for your first essay. I'm going to give you one little piece of advice here. I would not have talked about this at all. Okay, you said, although there are a multitude of difficulties which technology creates, don't even say it, and I'll tell you why. Because you never mentioned it anywhere in your essay. It's nowhere in your introduction, and it's nowhere in your body paragraph. So you don't want to bring in any new pieces of information, any sort of new aspects or perspectives that you haven't already mentioned earlier. Okay, so you should have really left this out. If you wanted to put it in your conclusion, you could have spent a paragraph talking about the difficulties that technology creates. For example, many times we see families all sitting around like in a common room, in a living room, or around the dinner table, and no one is communicating because everybody's staring at their phone. Okay, so there is some sort of a sense of isolation or a loss of communication there. You could have done that, okay? You could have talked about why some people think that communication is negative. You chose to talk about just the one side, and that's fine. So that's that. But for that reason, I would not have mentioned this at all, okay? So Cristina, a nice job with both these essays, especially for your first attempt. Now what you need to do is you need to correct them based on the feedback in this correction. You need to create something called an error correction list, where you jot down basically what I have pointed out as the errors, and you write as well the corrected version. I want you to send those back to us with your new essays, okay? Try to do this within the next day or so, because this way you can really consolidate and assimilate all the things that you've been learning, okay? So, good job again for your first essays. I'm looking forward to see what you write for us next. So I wish you lots of luck with your next writing.